Hiya, it's Jason in Jason's Jungle. I haven't done a tour this year, so I'm going to do a quick tour and show you what's not grown. So outside my plot, looking into my fruit garden, you can see my apple trees. Quite a few apples on there, but they're hidden by the foliage. You might have to get in and try to thin them out. You can see I've got blackberries. Honeyberries don't do anything as usual. More blackberries. And right at the end I've got comfrey, and then me two plots of raspberries. The ones closest to it are autumn. The ones furthest away are supposedly summer. But yeah, if I look on here, you can probably see a lot of the apples forming. So I might have to thin these out just to get nicer apples. If we go into the gate, you can see here is my Himalayan honeysuckle. Absolutely lovely with its shrimp-like flowers, I call them. And if we come through past the golden currant, which has never done anything, onto this is, I really like the look of this at the minute. My figs. It's got loads of them, and you can see the black currants all at the back there. So we'll go opposite side to the figs. You can see the potatoes are doing quite nicely, and if we go right past all the potatoes, so I've got 3 lots of potatoes. First lot is King Edward's, then we have Red Heidi, and then over to the left we've got pink fir apple, and at the back see the Apios americana. It's growing and it's getting its shoots up, and it's starting to crawl into the hedge, which is what I wanted to do. In front of the potatoes are my blueberry bushes, not abundantly covered, but the pink lemonade one seems to have the most fruit on. My second fig plant isn't doing too well. Well, it's growing nicely, but it doesn't have any figs on from last year. So hopefully this is a brown turkey. Next year I hope it'll get some figs on it. I've had 1 fig off of this since it's been in there for a few years. And the herbs down the bottom are just going wild. Marjoram, sage, rosemary. Something's been eating my squash plants. Some of them are looking healthy, some of them aren't. Some of them are bigger than others, and some of them are completely missing. So what I'm going to do is, I have maybe 1 or 2 spares of some of them, but I've got seeds for some of them. So I'm going to pop the seeds in, see if they come, give us anything this year, you know, and see what I get out of them. This is where I had my onion and garlic. Not a good year. I've got the allium leaf miner, so there's loads of little things in there, so I'll just try all the onions out. And you can see I've got these 2 soaker hoses. Now, because I have a tap on site, I decided that I might as well use that tap, because when I'm down here on the hot times, all I do is have to water. I can't do anything else, adding weed and anything like that. So I've put in timed irrigation. So it'll give in the morning, afternoon and early evening enough time for it to dry off for night time. It'll give them a bit of water. I've just got to work out how much they need and how long it needs to be on. My main cock, onions. Now, probably already got the allium miner, but I'm going to give the spinosad a spray later on, and that will hopefully help. Well, we'll see if we'll get anything off of it this year. But as the leaf miner or the allium leaf miner has made it up this far north, I may have to rethink what I'm doing with my alliums. Climbing French beans are okay. Start to climb up. These are last year's gigantes, starting to climb and starting to flower. And these are this year's gigantes, starting to climb. Look at that. Blood, sweat and tears into this plot. One of my neighbours has just given us a box. Yeah, a nice big box, but a bit rough, so I just scratched myself on it. But I'll show you the box here. This is the box. And this is going to make a nice planter. I'm not sure what I'll be putting in it. It's going to take a load of soil to fill it up, but I'll line it with plastic and I will get some soil. Probably not be until next year that I manage to fill it, but I'll see what I can do with it. Yeah, that is if my mother doesn't steal it off of us, because she thinks it will be a nice plant in the garden. So who knows. Here's a quick look at the greenhouse. Not much going in yet. I've got a few things to go in, melons and stuff, but it's just been a case of trying to do something on the plot every day that I'm down, and this was the last thing to be cleared up. So I'll be getting this rehydrated and planted out over the next few days. And this is my garlic. Now it doesn't look as if it's got leaf miner in them, but I'll have a good expose and a good search into them when I get home. And my elephant garlic, quite puny this year. At the back of the greenhouse, pot full of carrots, some weeds growing in my fig, and this is my Apios Americana, growing quite nicely up there. I just need to pull these weeds out if they want to come out. Yeah. A couple more strands starting to come up, so that is probably going to be running rampant sometime later on in the year. And you'll notice that where that was is where I used to have the shelving, but I've moved my shelving over onto these over here. So a couple of permanent shelves up there with wire so I could attach plants to go up, and these ones are done so that when they're empty I can fold them down, which I will be doing once I plant as much things out as I can. My rhubarb's doing nicely. Comes back every year, hardly do anything with it. And then in the first bed, these are my first potatoes. They are Epicure, and I will be lifting some of them later on. Again, my cucumbers have been nibbled a bit. This one's virtually gone, two of them here are gone, that one's not doing anything. So I will pop some more seeds into here. If we come along here, you can see a couple of tatties coming through, which I'll dig out. I have peas in here, but the pigeons have eaten them all. On the other side, we have my sweet corn, which is doing nice. You can see I've got the irrigation in here as well. It's still teething problems with it. I've only just put it in yesterday and the day before kind of thing. But it has been watering. And if I come down here, you can see it is moist. And that's all you really need. You noticed I had the Scorzonera for years that I kept fighting with. I had to bite the bullet and I had to zap it with weed killer. And that's killed it off this year. Okay, so this bed is going to get sown up with things. And at the end I have some red-leaved sorrel. Try to go to flower again, so I'll cut that back again. I have my oca with the parsnips I sown last autumn in there. So only here the rocket, as you can see, is wet to seed, so that'll be just coming out now after we sow. As has the chervil and the parsley, but the lettuce seems okay. The alright, seems okay, and the peas that I had at the back is about two of them grown. So between the mice and the pigeons, that has done for peas this year. In parallel with that is the strawberry bed. There's two types of strawberries in here. We just want to pick it off them. I'll show you the thing. The ones with the white flowers are delays, and I can't quite remember the ones with the pink flowers. It'll come back to us when I'm probably 5 seconds after I've posted the video. But yeah, I like the delays more. They're larger, less seedy, they hold up better, they taste just as good as the other strawberries, you know. So I think over time I might end up creeping down and take more of the bed over with delays. Now we have the tomatoes outdoors. I've got some little bits of basil in between them. Some of them have been munched by slugs. Weeds are coming back, so I'm going to have to sit and weed these. Tomatoes are, well, they're growing nicely. And I've got some marigolds in there as well. But you can see that they're almost in the middle, almost getting to the size where I can start to do the weave and tie them in. Maybe there's a week or two more. But you can see, yeah, I'm missing quite a few of the basils. So I think I've got a few spare. I might pop some in, or I might just pop them somewhere else. And a couple of slugs on the marigolds at the end. So that's the outside here. Now I'll go and have a look inside my tunnel. I'll say that again. Go and have a look inside my polytunnel. Just before going to the polytunnel, these are the 2 potato seeds, need to be potted up. I've just got to sort it out now. Not all of them come, some of them are bigger than others. So I'll see how many get off that, and if I get anything this year I don't mind. And then this is the magenta spring tree spinach. Some basil needs to be put out, so I'll try that. Chard needs to be put out. A couple of tomatillos, which aren't going to do anything probably, but I might stick them in the greenhouse anyway. And the honey bear is doing okay in the compost pile, as is the Amazonka, but the butter bush and the gold nugget have died off. Some of the cucumbers in the polytunnel have also been done by something, so I will have to sort that out. It seems that the crystal lemon is a bit more resilient, so I might just end up having crystal lemon this year, but I'll try. I haven't got any more burpees, I haven't got any more striped Armenian, so I'll just get another cucumber market ball or something and try them. These are 3 tomatoes, spare tomatoes I just had. These are the Adam or Aria, the paste tomatoes, and the reason I've got them in here like this, I've also got 4 in the main bit with them tomatoes, is because I've been reading it's supposed to be determinate, but I've been treating them indeterminate. So if I have these 3 here, I'll treat it as a determinate against the main ones, which I'll do indeterminate, and we'll see how that goes. Then my trombones, they survived and are starting to go strongly. They go slow at first, and then later on in the season you wish they were dead because they just romp away. Over the back corner I've got a grapevine. I put that in, but at the same time I put my tomatoes in. It is, I think, called Vanessa. It's a seedless grape, and I'll be training up and along the roof. Next to that I have Firestorm, which is a runner bean. Hopefully I'll get some beans off there. Runner beans aren't usually ones you grow in polytunnel, but I think these are supposed to be a cross with French beans, and that they don't need the pollinators. But I will give it a go and see what happens. Some strawberries. There's a different varieties to outside. I've got Seascape, which is probably the best one of these lot, and that's supposed to be a daylight neutral, so it should continue producing until it gets hit by frost. What you can't see in there are some tiny little seedlings of my Malabar spinach, red Malabar. And then at the bottom, can't even bother go down there, are some beans which have just died off. So I'll hunt something else out to put in there. In my tomato beds, which are down the middle, I've got these ones are the Adam or Aurea tomatoes, the ones that might be determinate or might not be. So these ones I'm growing as a vine, and they're starting to get their trusses on, so I will see what I get out of these. So I have 4 of them. Next I have 4 Amish paste. The Amish paste and the Aurea was saved from seeds last year. So again, you can see starting to get the flowers, and I'll just see how I go with these. Next ones, flowers are open on these ones. These are, if I can get it right, Emma Prior Beta. Supposed to be a very early variety. So I just keep twiddling them, and I'll have to find my toothbrush and bring that down. Bought a little toothbrush to be able to go around the flowers and do that. And then in here I have two, which are the two on the right hand side. This one and this one are orange ray, and then two, this one and this one, are Opalka. Okay. On my fruit and French, where I've got my kiwi, there's actually loads of flowers on these. Some of them are starting to open. Now, it's supposed to be self-fertile, self-pollinating, but it's never given us a kiwi yet. But I'll just leave it there because it's out of harm's way. It doesn't do anything, it doesn't get in my way. It gives us a bit of material for the compost. And I'll see, you never know, maybe it's one of these years I might get something. Further up the fruit and fence, I've got this. This is my Boskoop Glory, and you can see there's loads of, absolutely loads of growth on it, and loads of bunches of grapes which will need to be thinned down, which I'll have to do in the next, I don't know, when do I do that? Well, we'll probably do it in the next week or so. And I encourage you to give us larger grapes. Before I go, I'm just going to do a quick reveal on me earlies, because they should be sort of getting ready now. Let's have a look. Okay, on the surface we've got one. I might need to get myself a little container. There we go. Oh, there's quite a few alums come up from this one plant. So this is how much I've got off of one plant. That's a decent haul for one tuber out of, how many is this? 5, 10, 15, 20 tubers out of one. Not too bad return. I'll see if I can find the scales and give them away when I get home, and let you know what it is. Well, that's my garden and the state it's in at the minute. As you can see, some things aren't grown, some things are, but I'll get what I get. And I will see you on the next video.